So this is your Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal directions. So you can read through this document yourself, but make sure that you fill out all of the parts. If you're confused about what parts to fill out or what you should fill in, I would just rewatch this video because I'll go over everything in the video. So get the piece of paper from your teacher. So this is what it looks like. It does have a front and a back. So there's some parts of this that you're going to want to fill out before you give it to other people to fill in their part. Now remember, the Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal is basically you talking about the characteristics or qualities of a good employee. In other words, things that you must have in order to have a job, and then getting some adults to sign off saying that they've seen you with these traits. So these are the parts you're going to fill out yourself first. So you are going to fill out this top part. Basically everything that's blue. So this section here is in red. This section is for the school to fill out. So you do not fill out this middle part, just this box on the top. Then you also have to sign this drug-free agreement. So make sure you put your little signature right there. And then you're going to go down and you're going to fill in all of this, everything in blue. Then you're going to turn the paper over and once again do everything in blue on the back. And then you're going to skip over this middle part because this is the spot where your mentors or your adults who are vouching for you having these qualities, that's where they're going to sign. And then you are going to sign, fill out this bottom portion down here. So basically you have section 1, you have this little baby 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the 5 sections that you have to fill out by yourself first, and I'll give you some help on how you fill them out. Now the top information is just your name and your ID and your graduating year, and then obviously this part is your signature. So I'm going to zoom into this part right here, this section number 3. That way you can see more. Okay, let's just look at one of these examples. So the first one here is reliability. So you need to, it says reliability. The student has integrity and responsibility in professional settings. So you are reliable to take care of business, basically. So evidence of how I demonstrated this skill. So in this little box here, you have to put how you have demonstrated that skill. Now it could be something like, I don't know, it could be something at school or at work. So let's just pretend like this is at work. So reliability at work, integrity, responsibility. So maybe you would put in this little spot that it's too small to write in for me, but you might put something like, I monitor all the sales on the floor. So maybe you are responsible for watching all the customers on the floor and making sure, you know, all the shirts are folded nice or whatever, wherever you work. So maybe this is what you're going to write in this little spot. Now, since that's at work, I probably would check at work. So I'm going to check off at work right here, because that is something I did at work. Now, then I'm going to go to the next item. So let's say I'm going to fill in this item right here. So, work ethic. Student has effective work habits, personal accountability, and determination to succeed. So maybe I say, maybe in my math class, I show exceptional work ethic. So maybe I am determined to succeed, and so I might put in math, I try the most challenging problems because I want to succeed. Try the most challenging problems Like I push myself to do my best. Problems. Okay, so I'm going to write that there. Now, when I go to check the box over here, clearly I'm going to put school, right? So you have to have some inside of school and some outside of school. And it could be in community or work. Punctuality. Maybe I don't know. I'm not going to fill all these out for you, but I'm just going to give you these 2 examples. Now, here's the deal. After I fill all of these out, all the way down the line, turn the paper over and fill all of these out. Then I'm going to have to pick 3 adults to sign in this area over here. So the mentors are going to put their initials here and their comments here. Now, your mentors, remember, could be one, has to be one outside of the building. It cannot be a relative. One outside the building. No family. Got it? So, it could be your job. So it could be your boss. It could be a supervisor at work. It could be, if you were to choose the community, it could be like maybe the pastor at your church, if you have maybe set up some events with them. It could be some lady down the street that you shovel her driveway. It could be all kinds of people. It's just anybody not in the building. Not in the building and not family. So any of these people, basically it has to be some kind of a job, but it doesn't have to be an official job because it could even be volunteer work. If you worked at the food bank for a while, volunteer work. So anybody who is a supervisor at that spot. So you have some options for people outside if you don't have an official job. Now, if you have an official job that you get paid for, then your boss or your manager or your supervisor or somebody like that is probably the best bet. So maybe I have this work and I'm going to get my mentor's signature. Now maybe I filled out more of these. Maybe like for teamwork and collaboration, maybe I also put something here and I checked work. And maybe I learned new things and I put something here and I checked work. So I might have like 3 or 4 or 5 different work ones, which means this same person can sign all of them. So let's pretend like my boss's name is Jojo. Okay, so I'm gonna have this all filled out on the left, and I'm gonna come to Jojo and I'm gonna say, Jojo, I wonder if you can sign to show that I am reliable, to show that I work well as a team, to show that I learn stuff easily when you guys bring out a new product and I learn how to make a new Chipotle dish or whatever my job is. So I might have the same person, Jojo. So Jojo's going to take this thing and put their initials, Jojo, JJ, and they're going to put them here, JJ, and they're going to put them here, JJ. And maybe you even have some more on the back. I don't know, maybe I'm good at talking to customers, and so I put something here about how good I am at communicating with customers, and they're going to put JJ here, okay? So I'm going to have my boss, JJ, sign, put some initials in 4 different spots, or more if I want, right? And then you have to have them write a little comment over here. So maybe Jojo says, oh, yes, they are. I can always trust them. Trust to clean the store. I don't know. And so they're going to put a little note here, how they showed how reliable you are, because that's what this line is about, reliability. Down here, teamwork. Maybe Jojo will say, works with co-workers well, or something like that. Maybe Jojo down here, learning agility. Learned, I don't know, the new menu. So, I'm going to have Jojo fill out a couple of them. Okay, and then when JoJo has filled those out, now nobody knows, this is for the state of Ohio, and they don't know who JoJo is. So JoJo has to, on the back, and JoJo's going to put their little comment right here too, right? So you're going to go in the back, and JoJo's going to fill out their information. So JoJo's going to be the first mentor. And so they're going to sign this, I don't know, JoJo, and they're going to put their initials, and they're going to print their name, Joe, and they're going to say, I am the manager at Chipotle or something like that. And then they're going to put their phone number and their email and the date. So JoJo's going to fill this whole line out. So JoJo has put initials on a couple things. They have put some comments, and they put a little signature. Now you got JoJo. Now JoJo is one of my outside people. But now remember, you need to have at least 3 people. So I'm going to have to find some other people. So let's see, who else can I find? Like maybe, remember I started with this math class, so maybe I'm super awesome in my math class. And maybe in my math class, I could also do this one, because I'm on time to math class, right? On time daily to math class. And that's at school. And then maybe I'd have a couple more of them. Maybe I do my critical thinking, problem solving at school. Maybe I do my, I don't know what's on the back. Maybe I'm a leader in my school. Maybe I am digital technology. I use my computer every day and make some spreadsheets. I don't know. That's at school. So then I'm going to have to pick somebody at school who's going to see all those things, right? So maybe my math teacher is Miss Castor. So Miss Castor you'd be like, hey, Miss Castor, I was wondering if you could check off this one and whatever. And so Miss Castor would be like, oh yeah, KK. And I would put like, yes, and a little note about what you do about being on time. And then I would go down here and do KK. And then I would be like, critical thinking. Oh yeah, they figure out all these problems, figure out problems, blah, blah, blah. And then go to the back and basically like fill out this and this. And then Miss Castor is going to have to fill this out down here, my mentor's signature. So she's going to sign this, and she's going to put her initials, and she's going to write her name and phone number and email and date. And that's 2 people, right? Now you need to have at least 3. So you might have to be like, I wonder who else I can get. Now here's the deal. For the third person, I already have one outside of school and one in school. So the third one could be anything you want. So it could be someone else at school. It could be another teacher, a principal, a guidance counselor, a coach. So it could be anybody else in school. It can also be a community person. Like I said, it could be like your pastor, or it could be maybe you do volunteer work at the food drive, and so it could be somebody who works there. Or it could be another person at your work. So you could have 2 people at your work if you want, or somebody at an old job you had, something like that. So as long as you have, but you do need to make sure that you do have a third person here. So this is my outside person, right? This is my school person. And the third one could be so it could be in school or out of school or in the community, okay? And then, like we said, you're going to put your signature, your school, print your name, your email, and your date. And you will give this back to your teacher. Give to your teacher. And your teacher will make a copy. So the teacher is going to make a copy for you. And then the copy, that way we can save one and then send one to the principal. I'm sorry, not to the principal, to your guidance counselor, because they're going to need to upload that into GUID, guidance. They're going to have to upload that into Infinite Campus for your proof for your graduation. Okie dokie. And that is your College Means Jobs, or Ohio Means Jobs readiness seal. Just saying that you have all of these qualities that people want to hire you for a job. I got all these things open.